MLB winners, NBA best bets, player props, money line parlays. I'm breaking it all down for you guys in this episode of the Free 3. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Nobilism back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, we needed a winning day and we got a winning day. 3-1 on the day, so close to the sweep. We cashed in on the Thunder spread as we knew they were going to handle the Pelicans and get out there with the W. They were able to do that. We also cashed on LeBron points, no sweat bet there as my guy knows what he does in closeout games. Unfortunately, the Lakers didn't get the win, but he was still able to score the rock there. Mets and Cubs, first 5 under. Also another no sweat bet there. Severino had a no-hitter going into the 6th, 7th inning in that one. Yankees' first 5 run line is the only loss that we had, and it was only because of one mistake pitch in the bottom of the first inning to Gunnar Henderson that ended up getting hit out of the park. If we had tied 0-0, we would have won the bet, but we ended up losing the bet 1-0. So it happens. So 3-1 on the day. We needed a winning day like air, and we got it. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going today. Last day of April, so we won't finish over 500 for the first time this year. Truthfully, I think this is the first time that we've done it on the channel since close to the year that we've had the show, that we haven't finished over 500 for a month. But hopefully with today's card, we can mitigate the damage a little bit better here, and we can get a little bit of momentum headed into May and make up for it. So if you can, smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. And let's continue to pour out some winners, beat the sports books together, and let's dive into these matchups and winners for today. First best bet of the day. Let's go to the baseball card. Let's get that out of the way real quick. And there's a baseball game that I really like today, and it's going to be between the Phillies and the Angels. And I'm going to take the Phillies on the money line, minus 134 odds on FanDuel. Now, you may want to take the first 5 money line as well. I do like that. But in this matchup, the Phillies actually blew the game last night to the Angels, actually losing that game 5-6. After taking a very quick and early lead. So because of that, I think they're going to be in a better position today to bounce back after kind of like a revenge spot after losing yesterday. But also, I just like the pitching matchups that we're having in today's matchup. We've got Spencer Turnbull on the mound for the Phillies. Meanwhile, Tyler Anderson is going on the mound for the Angels. And this is really just a fade of Tyler Anderson here. He's 2-3 on the year with a 1.78 ERA, which is pretty good. But that ERA is really because of how strong he started the season. He had back-to-back starts to begin the year against the Marlins and the Rays, where he gave up no runs over 14 innings combined. But over his last 3 starts, the Angels have lost all 3 of those games. He went 4 1/3 innings against the Red Sox, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs to go with 2 home runs. And then against the Reds in his next matchup, 7 innings, but 1 home run given up to go with 1 earned run. And then the last matchup against the Orioles, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run. So that's the big concerning factor for me here in this matchup is 1, he hasn't got a ton of runs before, but 2, the long ball has gotten to him, giving up a home run in each of the last 3 games. And we know that the Phillies, with that lineup that they have with Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, these are all guys who can turn on pitches at any time and crank one out. Meanwhile, Spencer Turnbull for the Phillies has been good to start the year. 2-0 on the year with a 1.33 ERA, and he's coming off of 2 real solid starts. In his last matchup against the Reds, he went 5 innings, only gave up 1 earned run, which was a mistake pitch home run, to go with 3 hits. And then his matchup before that against the White Sox, 7 innings pitched, only 1 hit given up to go with 6 strikeouts. So if you look at his 5 starts this year, only 2 of the starts has he given up runs, and it's really been because of the home run ball. So for me, it really just comes down to which pitcher is going to keep the contact low, which of them are going to keep the ball inside the park. And I'm just going to go with the stronger lineup right now that's been swinging the bat pretty well, and that is the Phillies. They had a 4-game win streak before they kind of blew the lead yesterday against the Angels. But if you want to isolate this to just the first 5, be my guest, but I do think Spencer Turnbull's the better pitcher here, and I do like him in this matchup. So give me the Phillies on the money line as our first best bet of the day. Now for my second best bet of the day, we're going to go to the NBA matchup between the Sixers and the Knicks. Knicks are looking to close it out at home today. I'm so excited for the boys. I told you guys to take them to win this series at plus 100 value. Hopefully you guys are going to get that ticket cash tonight. But even if they don't, I think that this is a matchup where you have to take a look at the Knicks role players. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's gone absolutely crazy over the last 2 games, as I thought he was going to be able to do. I should have given you guys those picks. But I think the Sixers here have to make some adjustments and go back to what worked in Game 1 and Game 2, which is basically trapping Jalen Brunson, running a box and one, not letting him grab the ball, touch the ball. But that means that the Knicks role players are going to have to step up. And as a result, I expect that Miles McBride is going to show up today, hit over 1.5 3-pointers, minus 125 odds on FanDuel. Now, the reason why I'm isolating this to Miles McBride is because, one, Bogdanovich got hurt in the last game for the Knicks. So the Knicks already run a very tight rotation. They're only running 7 guys right now. And because Bogdanovich got hurt with that leg injury after Nick Batum fell on him, that means the bench is even shorter in this matchup. Mitchell Robinson's also questionable with an ankle injury as he didn't even play last game in Game 5. So again, that's another member off the bench who's also now banged up and has made this Knicks team even smaller. So because of that, it's like, who's going to score for the Knicks here, especially if the Sixers are taking away Jalen Brunson? That means I feel like Miles McBride is going to have to step up. You could take a look at Dante DiVincenzo, but I'm just not as confident in him as he's been struggling with his shot the entire series. He's literally shooting like 25% from the field, and because of that, I just don't have confidence taking him in this matchup. But Miles McBride, we know what he can do. He can knock down threes. He's gone over this total in 3 of the 4 games that they played thus far in this series. Last game, 3 of 5. Game before that, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. Then the game before that, 0 of 3. And then the first game of the series is when he went off for 21 points and he went 5 of 7 from the three-point line. Now he's back at the Garden. I expect him to do the same thing. And that 0-3 game, you kind of expected a little bit of regression due. And the Sixers actually paid a lot more attention to him because it was coming off of that 21-point outburst that he had the game before. So if you want to take a look at Miles McBride's points over 8.5, you can do that as well. He's also gone over that total in 3 of the 4 games. But I'm just going to isolate this to the three-point shot because we know that's what McBride's going to be looking to do. Stretch the floor for the Knicks, shoot a lot of three-pointers, and with the injury to Bogdanovich, they're going to need his three-point shooting even more. And we see him get increased minutes because of that. 28 minutes in Game 1, 27 minutes in last game. So for me, I'm expecting him to play at least 25 to 35 minutes today. No reason why he should not be able to do that, because keep in mind when the Anunoby was hurt, Achua was hurt in the regular season, McBride was running 40 minutes on the court. So he's used to playing significant minutes for this Knicks team, and he's used to stepping up in situations like this. So I'm not going to overthink it. I think that the Sixers are going to try to say somebody else is going to beat us here. And if the Knicks are going to close it out at home today, they're going to need their role players to step up. I think Miles McBride is going to be that guy. So it's going to be over 1.5 3-pointers as our second best bet of the day. Now for our third best bet of the day, we're going to go with another player prop here, but we're going to go with the player prop parlay. If you want to separate these two guys into 2 individual picks, be my guest, but we're going to go with Donovan Mitchell here and Franz Wagner, both on their points lines. We're going to parlay that together. So Donovan Mitchell over 23 points. Right now his line's probably at like 24, 25 on your book. Franz Wagner, we're going to take over 18 points. His line is probably at like 20, 21 on your book. So if we parlay it down, tease it down a little bit, that gets you to plus 106 odds there. I really like that. Now let's start with Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs need him to step up here, okay? In the 2 games that they won at home, this is what Donovan Mitchell's game log looked like. 11 from 21 from the field in Game 1, 30 points. 9 of 22 from the field in Game 2, 23 points. They won both of those games. Now, if you look at the 2 matchups when they went to Orlando, 6 of 16 in the first game at Orlando, only 13 points. 5 of 14 in the last game, only 18 points. Now, granted, both of those games were blowouts, so he did not play as many minutes. But the thing is, Donovan Mitchell, if the Cavaliers need you to win this game, they need you to shoot the ball. Now, also, I love to read press conferences, listen to the press conferences. Donovan Mitchell also admitted that he needs to be more aggressive. Shooting only 4 shots in 1 half is not acceptable, that he said. And he said he has to be more aggressive and shoot the ball more. So I'm expecting him to do that today. And as a result, that's why I'm taking a look at his points line. Now, I do think you can take it individually at 24.5, 25.5 if you want to do that. But I'm just going to tease it down because the line movement has already happened, and there's no reason for me to chase a number, especially when I like Franz Wagner here to be able to get his points. Now, the reason why I like Franz Wagner here in this matchup is not only has he gone over this total in 3 of the 4 games thus far in this series, but also the Cavaliers have made an adjustment by putting Evan Mobley on Paolo Banchero, and because of that, it's now kind of mitigated Banchero. We saw that in last game when Banchero only finished with 9 points after his 31-point outburst in Game 3. So for me, if the Cavaliers run that back again, it's going to mean that Wagner has to step up here and score the ball for them, as he's probably their second best scoring option. In last game, Game 4 against the Cavaliers, Wagner went 13 of 17 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. That's what you're looking for to go for a playoff career high 34 points. That's exactly what you need. In games 1 and game 2 at Cleveland, he also had 18 points in those games, so we know he can score on the road. So for me, this is just a matchup where I think Wagner is probably going to be the main guy with the ball in his hand for the Magic here. They finally got their offense to wake up in the last few games at home. Hopefully they can carry that confidence back on the road. Do I think they win this game? I don't know. But I think that if they are going to compete, they need Wagner to score. You can also take a look at his assist line as well. It's only at 3.5, which is not bad. He's gone over that in the last 2 games as well. So that's another angle that you can take a look at if you want to tease that down and throw that here in the parlay too. But for me, we're going to go Donovan Mitchell, 23 points, Wagner, 18 plus points. That gets us plus cheeky here to be able to get over the hump as our third best bet of the day. For our last best bet of the day today, I'm going to give you guys a little bonus money line parlay, a cross-sport parlay. So we're going to combine a baseball winner with a basketball winner, and you probably might be able to guess who I'm going to put together in this parlay. We're going to take the Minnesota Twins here, and then we're going to parlay that with the Pacers on the money line. That gets you to plus 150 odds. I really love that. Why? Because look at this bozo pack, okay? The Twins are playing the White Sox. They were able to pull out the win yesterday, which is great to see, right? And it took them till the top of the 9th inning, but they were still able to get it done. We're going to continue to ride the trend that we've been talking about consistently here on the channel, which is fading the White Sox. The White Sox are absolutely god-awful. Their bullpen sucks. Their offense is non-existent. And meanwhile, the Twins, their offense is starting to pick it up. The White Sox are only 6-23 on the year, and now they send one of their worst pitchers to the mound, Michael Soroka, and so far in the year, he's 0-3 with the 6.83 ERA. So that's not going to get it done, especially against a Twins offense that's been figuring it out and who's been getting it done. So for me, it's just a fade on the White Sox here. In games that Soroka has started, the White Sox have only picked up 1 win, and that's in 5 starts. So for me, it's just a losing angle that I'm going to continue to back. And meanwhile, the Pacers, I think they get it done today. They close out the Bucks. The Bucks just have way too many injuries. The Damian and Giannis obviously don't play. Then it's going to be a lot tougher. Bobby Portis getting ejected last game obviously didn't help. But I just think the Pacers' pace of speed here on the offensive side is just too much, right? Especially if you don't have Damian Lillard play. Now, if he plays, then I will say probably this bet is off because I do like their chances to win at home if Lillard plays. But I don't think he can play with that Achilles injury that he has. I mean, they said he's doubtful or questionable, but I just don't see how he's going to be able to get it done. So for me, it's just a matchup here where the Pacers offense is just way too fast. They're clicking on way too many cylinders. And in the last 3 games, so the first game of the series went under. The last 3 games went over. The Pacers know if they make this a track meet, if they make this an offensive game, they are going to have the advantage because the Bucks just don't have enough scoring. Literally, you just take away Middleton, and at that point, it's just a bunch of role players for the Bucks, and that's really tough to win come playoff time, especially if Bucks run that zone that they did that was getting completely shot out the gym. I don't know what Doc Rivers is doing. He makes 0 adjustments. Dude is a terrible coach. And that's just another reason why I'm going to fade him here. So give me the hotter team, the Pacers. I think that the Bucks have wrapped it up. They knew if they had their stars, it would be a different series, but they understand that they don't have them. Doesn't look probable that they'll be back. So if they don't play, especially Damian, I know Giannis is probably not going to play. Then just give me the Pacers on the money line. Give me and parlay that with the Twins on the money line. Gets us to plus 150 odds as our last and final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets that are headed your way on this Tuesday card. Give me the Phillies on the money line to get us started off. Miles McBride to knock down 2 3-pointers. Donovan Mitchell and Froggs Wagner to both scored. I just need Mitchell to get 23 points, and I need Wagner to get 18. And then give me a money line parlay, cross-sport, bozo pack between the Twins and Pacers to get us done. I might have a few more added plays throughout the day. I also have a Nerfy on the Twitter, so make sure you guys hit the link in the description. Make sure you go join the Discord group and the Twitter page so you guys can grab those extra winners. And as always, dictate your fate, get to that cheddar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right? Later, gang. Let's have a day.